towards the beginning of the movie, there was a scene where they were talking about being interested in things that really matter. And I was wondering if that was your way of saying, pay attention to these shoots or these different pieces of the architecture that you captured in the film. I don't know if that was like to open the eyes of the audience, or was it just...
Yeah, no, I want to say that like the conversations that they were having with one another were genuine conversations. They were not to relay like they were never like messengers for me to say, hey, here's something I want to tell you, the audience. I think like when she's talking about, when they talk about subtle foods, I think people may have thought like, oh, he's saying that his film is subtle or something like that, which I get now, I understand that. But genuinely, it's like when you start discovering art, you use words like subtle. And I remember when I, would start using words like that, my friends and stuff would think I was like crazy or pretentious or like what, And so I just knew, again, we're talking about Casey, who's really, she's coming alive to that, and that's just a part of her conversation, as opposed to me like using Casey to tell you guys some secret message. Yeah.
We can do one more question.
Okay, gentleman in the blue shirt right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Check your blue shirt.
Sorry, just to echo the comments folks said, it just felt incredibly authentic and it totally resonated. I grew up in Columbus, Indiana. All those scenes I felt like selfishly you wrote for me. Also to the point I lost my mother in that same hospital, similar to Jen, so it just really resonated. So I feel biased about the film. Is it getting the reception nationally that you hoped? Is it going the direction? Are you pleased with the response?
Sorry. I had, because the movie was very fulfilling to make, I had no expectations. I was free from expectations. I left that shoot and thought, I have no idea if people will like it, and I guess to some extent I didn't care, because I believed in it. And if no one ever saw it, that would be a pity, but it didn't mean that all was for naught, because I experienced something authentic and formed, and we had a very fulfilling, intense relationship with these people that I worked with. Having said that, so all of this seems amazing. With each screening, it's all a gift. I don't know what yardstick we should measure by, but I do think it's being received very well. That's from my point of view. What I feel like you're responding to is authenticity, and you know that it's authentic because you're from Columbus, and I think other people are intuiting that and are feeling that. And so far I've been just overwhelmed personally by the support and by the appreciation.
Yeah, and I think that's so, like Columbus is such a specific place, as is Indiana, as is the Midwest. But, it is speaking universally. I was in Paris and Taipei with the film, and it's amazing in Taipei, right? So far from Indiana, the way in which that town, that very specific experience, is also about being children. The one thing we all are children. We won't all be parents, but we're all children, and we understand the burden of being children. And it doesn't matter where you live, what your race is. We understand that, and that is in common. And so I do think it is resonating outside of Indiana. But as John said, we really wanted to bring it back here to where it belongs in some ways. So thank you guys so much. I think thank you.